Banana peel biochar, miracle, the 24-hour soil hack that brings worms faster. If you've ever flipped over a patch of soil and smiled when you saw worms wriggling underneath, you already understand one of the deepest truths in gardening. Healthy soil is alive. On Soil Stories, we don't chase quick fixes that only feed plants for a week. We look for soil practices that build life, resilience, and long-term fertility. Today, I want to share one of the simplest, most surprising soil hacks I've tested over and over again. Banana peel biochar. What makes this method special is speed. In as little as 24 hours, you can see worms gathering where this biochar is added. Not weeks, not months, one day. This is not magic, and it's not hype. It's biology, carbon, and, understanding what soil life actually wants. Before we talk banana peels, we need to talk about worms. Earthworms are not just helpers, they are indicators. When worms rush into a spot, it means moisture, food, microbes, and shelter are all present. Worms aerate soil naturally, pull organic matter deeper, and create channels that roots follow easily. Their castings are one of the richest natural fertilizers you can have, packed with plant-available nutrients and beneficial microbes. A lot of gardeners try to attract worms by adding kitchen scraps directly to the soil. Sometimes this works out, but honestly, it often just creates smells, pests, or a really slow breakdown. Biochar kind of changes the game here, because it actually feeds soil life without rotting, without any smell, and without attracting the wrong visitors. So, what makes banana peels so powerful? Well, banana peels are often called potassium waste, but that's only part of the story. They also contain calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and a surprising amount of carbon-based compounds that microbes just love. When you turn banana peels into biochar, you lock that carbon into a stable form that doesn't disappear quickly. Instead of just feeding your plants once, you actually create a long-lasting home for soil life. So, biochar is porous, almost like a sponge or coral. Those tiny holes, well, they become apartments for bacteria, fungi, and microbes. Worms don't eat biochar directly. Instead, they come because biochar becomes a microbial buffet. Banana peel biochar is especially attractive because it starts already infused with nutrients that microbes recognize and colonize rapidly. Making banana peel biochar the simple way. Well, you don't need fancy equipment. This is a backyard method any gardener can do. Start by drying banana peels completely. Sun drying works well, but you can also air dry them indoors. Once they snap instead of bend, they're ready. To turn them into biochar, you need heat without oxygen. A simple way is to place the dried peels in a metal container with a lid that has a small hole. Put it on a charcoal stove, fire pit, or even a strong gas flame outdoors. The peels will smoke first, then stop smoking. When the smoke dies down, the carbonization is done. Let the container cool completely before opening. Inside you'll find lightweight blackened banana peel char that crushes easily between your fingers. At this stage, the biochar is empty. Think of it like an empty sponge. If you put it straight into soil, it can temporarily absorb nutrients instead of releasing them. Charging the biochar is the secret that makes the 24-hour worm effect possible. Charging means loading biochar with life and nutrients before adding it to soil. For banana peel biochar, this step is incredibly easy. Crush the char into small pieces, not powder, and soak it overnight in compost tea, worm tea, liquid manure, or even plain water mixed with a little compost. This allows microbes and nutrients to move into the pores. When you add charged biochar to soil, it doesn't steal nutrients. Instead, it releases them slowly and gives microbes a ready-made home. Worms sense this almost immediately through moisture changes and microbial activity. That's why they arrive so fast. Here's where Soil Stories gets exciting. Choose a small garden bed, pot, or patch of soil. Dig a shallow trench or loosen the top few centimeters of soil. Mix in a handful of charged banana peel biochar and lightly cover it. Then, just water gently. Within 24 hours, especially in moist soil, worms begin gathering in that zone. If you lift the soil carefully the next day, you'll often find more worms there than in nearby untreated areas. This works even in tired soil, as long as moisture is present. The biochar doesn't force worms to come, it invites them by improving conditions instantly. So, why does this work so fast? Well, honestly, speed is all about microbes. Banana peel biochar comes preloaded with these carbon structures that microbes just, instantly recognize. Once it's charged, those microbes wake up the soil food web almost immediately. Worms follow microbial signals and moisture gradients, moving toward areas where digestion is easier and safer. Another reason this works quickly is temperature regulation. Biochar actually buffers soil temperature, keeping it a bit cooler during hot days and just a little warmer at night. Worms really prefer stable conditions, and even small changes can influence where they gather. Using banana peel biochar in different gardens brings a lot of benefits. In vegetable beds, this method improves root growth, nutrient uptake, and water retention. You'll notice the soil becoming darker, looser, and honestly, just easier to work over time. In pots and containers, banana peel biochar prevents compaction and helps soil stay moist without becoming waterlogged. For fruit trees, applying biochar in a ring around the drip line supports long-term soil health and encourages beneficial fungi. Worm activity increases steadily, improving nutrient cycling year after year. Even in sandy soils, banana peel biochar adds structure and helps hold nutrients that would normally wash away. In clay soils, it improves drainage and reduces compaction. This is why biochar is considered an evergreen soil amendment. It adapts to different soil types rather than fighting them. Common mistakes to avoid. One mistake gardeners make is using too much biochar. A little goes a long way. You're improving habitat, not replacing soil. Another mistake is skipping the charging step. Uncharged biochar can slow plant growth temporarily. Always load it with life first. Also, don't expect instant plant growth. The fast effect is really all about worm activity and microbial balance. Plant results, well, they show up gradually but they last a lot longer and usually require fewer inputs down the road. Over time, banana peel biochar increases soil carbon storage, improves nutrient efficiency, and reduces the need for chemical fertilizers. It helps soil resist both drought and heavy rain. But most importantly, it builds soil that actually improves every season instead of degrading. This is the kind of gardening that tells a story, one of patience, observation, and respect for natural processes. That's what Soil Stories is all about. If you've been looking for a simple, affordable way to wake up your soil and attract worms fast, banana peel biochar is one of the most powerful tools you can use. It turns waste into wealth, feeds soil life instead of forcing growth, and delivers visible results in just 24 hours. Try it in one small area and observe. Lift the soil, watch the worms, and let the soil teach you. Gardening is not about control, it's about creating conditions where life wants to stay. If this story helped you see your soil differently, make sure to subscribe to Soil Stories, share this with a fellow gardener, and keep spreading the knowledge. Healthy soil grows more than plants, it grows communities.